Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast, where we celebrate individuals and families, businesses, and organizations that seek out and promote the exploration, stewardship, conservation, access, and enjoyment of the outdoors. Today's episode is a part of a podcast series we're producing in collaboration with Visit Johnson City and the regional partners hosting the OWAA's inaugural Field Fest event. Our guest today is Luke Freeman. Luke is the Director of Tourism for Elizabethton and Carter County Tourism in Tennessee. He is responsible for marketing Carter County as a destination that benefits the local economy. Luke, it's a pleasure to have you on the Outdoor Adventure Series, and thank you for participating and being a partner in this inaugural event, Field Fest.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Howard. We're really excited about it.
Fantastic. So how did you get wrangled into Field Fest?
Well, we're always work very closely with our partners in the neighboring county here in Northeast Tennessee. And that was something that Alec with Visit Johnson City reached out to us about and said, hey, would you be interested in partnering on this? And we said, yeah, that would be awesome. We would love to be a part of that.
Fantastic. Now, how long have you been in Elizabethton, Carter County, promoting tourism? Are you born and raised? You new to the area?
I grew up here in Northeast Tennessee, just about 30 minutes from Elizabethton. And I've been in this role now for about 6 years.
About 6 years. Now, did you go to school for journalism, writing, tourism? What kind of led you into this career?
I studied communications in college, which is kind of a sort of similar, nice broad major, but I think I just saw the job posting for this job and I thought that sounded like a lot of fun and something I'd be interested in. So I applied and got the job, and it's been a great 6 years.
Fantastic. As a coach myself, that's my day job when I'm not doing podcasts, is helping people figure out what their career is going to be. And I always share, but it's my client's decision. But I share, you really have to love what you do, because that makes the days go faster, and you look back and you say, wow, that day went by fast, because you're excited about the things that you do, the conversations. So I do appreciate that sentiment. So tell us a little bit about Carter County tourism. And also, because in the introduction, I had said Elizabethton. So tell us about this connection here.
About Elizabethton and Carter County?
Yeah.
So Carter County, we're up here in Northeast Tennessee. We're share a border with North Carolina. So we're right up here, the very tip of Northeast Tennessee. And then Elizabethton is the kind of capital city of Carter County, the biggest city in Carter County. And it's a very outdoor focused destination. We've got tons of miles of the Appalachian Trail running through Carter County. We've got Watauga Lake, the Tweetsie Trail, all kinds of great outdoor things to do. And that's what a lot of folks are coming to visit. They kind of do all this different outdoor stuff.
Okay. And I'm familiar with the Appalachian Trail. I've got some friends who have walked it. Is this a big deal for you guys throughout the year in town to help these thru-hikers? Because it's not your run-of-the-mill 5K hike or something, but how do you embrace the visitors that are coming into town?
Yeah, we see a lot of folks who are doing thru hikes will come through usually around in April or May. They're coming through, and we've got lots of hostels that are able to provide them lodging, a lot of stores and restaurants and things like that are close to the trail that people can stop at when they're needing a break or wanting to take a 0 day and just get some rest. And everyone always talks about how much they love just this section of the trail, going past the lake, going across the balds up at Run Mountain, and just what a beautiful area it is. And then, of course, we do also just get folks year-round coming for day hikes and stuff like that, just because they've heard how great this area is.
Okay. So with your involvement with Field Fest, what can our OWAA members or OA members, what can they expect when we do this half-day visit to your town, your county?
So I think what we're planning to do is we've got 2 of the half-day tours. And with the first one, we're going to go up to Roan Mountain and hike across those famous Roan Mountain balls. It's in July. So I think we'll probably also have some of the rhododendron blooming. We have also up there on Roan Mountain, the world's largest natural rhododendron garden. And so that'll be just a little past peak. It usually peaks around the third weekend in June. So there should still be plenty of blooms then. We'll pop up and see those. And then on the second tour, I think we're going to go to Watauga Lake and do a fishing trip. That Watauga Lake was recently added as one of the Bill Dance signature lakes here in Tennessee that's known for great fishing. It's about 50% of the shoreline is national forest. And so it's just a very well protected, very beautiful lake, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay. Now I have to ask the question here. When you mentioned Roan Mountain, you said the balds. What are those?
Yeah.
Because I didn't Google this, by the way.
So the Balts, it's just an unforested area that's wide open. You can see 360-degree views all the way around. It's kind of just from where they're so high up in the elevation that not a lot's growing there. At times they've even had goats and stuff up there to help keep it mowed down and kind of maintain that. But it's just a beautiful area. It's really remarkable. You feel like you're in a whole nother world up there sometimes.
Okay. Now I just realized that the bald's probably like my head going bald, I get it now. So what kind of hiking is this? Would this be strenuous hiking, easy day hikes?
It's pretty easy day hikes. You can obviously go as far or as short as you want on the Appalachian Trail, which is nice, but that particular section is pretty easy.
Okay. Now with the fishing, by the way, I do want to share with you that I have never been fishing in my life, or actually probably did a bluegill off of a dock in a lake in Michigan. So, will this lake for the fishing on day two, will this be uh, a pleasant experience for a total novice like myself?
Yeah, it'll be a great time for anybody who's never done any fishing before. And even if you don't catch anything, it's still just a beautiful day to spend out on the water, surrounded by the forest and enjoying the great views. But yeah, we'll have some professional guides there to help out, give lots of tips and help us learn how we're doing that.
Okay. Now, besides these professional guides, who else is going to be joining us on this tour to kind of help educate and promote Carter County?
It'll probably be me. I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to get to spend some time outside, get to enjoy all this stuff we've got too. So I'll come along and be happy to share more information about any questions and help out with that kind of thing.
Okay. The folks like me who are journalists, and I'm a podcast journalist, I'm not, I don't do the written communication like newspapers, magazines, or blogs, but how often do you get folks coming into the area wanting or promoting or would like to talk about writing stories that promote the Elizabethton and Carter County?
We definitely get a decent number of those, especially since kind of COVID. That was a big boom for us, actually. A lot of people weren't traveling to big cities and stuff like that. And so I think a lot of people kind of realize that there are these places that aren't big cities where you might not have a Disney World or something like that, but you can go and just enjoy time out in nature and get away from everyone. And that's actually pretty nice too. And so we've seen a lot of people talking about that and trying to share that with everyone.
Okay. Now, besides Road Mountain and the Balds and the lake, the trout fishing, or river, what other outdoor experiences is the county known for?
We've got, along with the fishing, a lot of great paddling opportunities, whether it's on the lake or there's rafting on the Watauga River as well, kayaking. Biking is becoming a bigger and bigger thing in our region. We've got a few mountain bike trails, as well as the Tweetsie Trail, which runs from Johnson City into Carter County. And that's just a gravel rail trail, very easy, great for people of all ages, kids and everything. And it's a lot of fun and just a really beautiful ride. It's about 10 miles right now from Johnson City to the end of the trail that here in Carter County. But they're actually in the works to expand that and make it even longer.
Okay. Now, I was reviewing the website and I saw that and I was thinking, that's a trail I could easily do. And that looks like that would be a lot of fun. What other partnerships or involvement with some of the other travel visitor bureaus, chambers in the area are you involved with that are you coming together to promote tourism and put heads in beds and have those cash registers sing?
Yeah, we work on a lot of different initiatives together, co-op advertising. A lot of times bringing in those travel writers and stuff is something we do kind of as a collective so that you can come in and see all of Northeast Tennessee and not just our one little corner of it, which is great, but there's also lots of great stuff to do just down the road. So we try and bring people in to enjoy all of that.
Okay. Now I am curious, and I would be remiss if I didn't ask everybody this, but we can't turn on the TV, read a magazine, be online where we talk about diversity and access, inclusion. How does your county address the making these trails, access to the lakes, the rivers, even in town for that matter, in Elizabethton? The how do you help to make it as accessible as possible for visitors who perhaps maybe have a disability, whether it's physical or sight disability, you really be able to enjoy this beautiful location?
Yeah, that's a great question. We've got stuff that makes it more accessible for those folks. We've got several different places along the lake and Watauga River where there are wheelchair accessible piers for people to go fish off of. So that's very accessible to them, as well as we don't have to get in a boat or wade out into the river. We've got these spots you can just kind of roll right up to that and fish. Some of that hiking stuff, like the Run Mountain Rhododendron Gardens that I was talking about, those are paved trails. So it's not real long, but it's very easy to get out there and get out on top of the mountain and go to those overlooks and stuff without any problem in a wheelchair or something like that as well.
Okay. Now I have a colleague in the OWAA, and his daughter has, I would probably say, severe physical disability, and she likes to get, believe it or not, likes to get off the pavement. Okay, get off the gravel trail. Any types of access for folks like that, and to be safe. Obviously, want the child to be safe, but they like the feel the wind on their face and the water splashing. Any particular spots be good for them?
Yeah, we've got hundreds of miles of trails, so there's something for all abilities and ages and things like that. Hampton Creek Cove is a spot up near Run Mountain as well. That's just a really beautiful area that's open, but also has great views. That's very easy hiking trails and stuff like that is just. And then around the lake as well, there's some sections of the Appalachian Trail that are fairly flat, well-traveled trails that are very easy training.
Okay. And the other big word out in our social consciousness is conservation. How is conservation being addressed in your county? Because you've got water, you've got nature, you've got the mountains, and how do you help ensure that this area stays as pristine as possible for this generation and hopefully future generations?
Yeah, that's definitely something we think about because we want people to come and we want people to love our area and enjoy it, but we also want it to be preserved and to last for future generations as well. So that's something that we work on. We've got some local organizations like Keep Carter County Beautiful that are working towards some of those things, whether it's just picking up trash or installing trash traps in the rivers and streams to help catch trash and clear that out, and just working to always figure out ways we can get people to go off the most popular areas, but also realize there's other great spots like that Hampton Creek Cove I was just talking about, a place that doesn't get a whole lot of foot traffic compared to other spots in the county, but it's a beautiful area and people are definitely missing out if they don't go see that as well.
Okay. So let's talk about Elizabethton. And I realize now I'm pronouncing it differently, which means I'm doing it wrong than you are. So pronounce it again for us. But I want to talk about this town and what are some of the the kind of the off the beaten track features and what makes it so special.
Yeah, it's Elizabethton. And
Elizabethton.
Elizabethton's been around since the 1700s. It's got a ton of history. We've got a state park here in town, Sycamore Shoals State Park, that kind of preserves that history. They have a full-size replica of Fort Watauga you can come walk through, and they do some reenactments and things like that there throughout the year that are a lot of fun. A great way to learn about our history. And then the downtown area as well just has a lot of history. We've got covered bridge. I think it's one of only two in the state that's right there downtown, which is really cool. A lot of great restaurants, tap house, all kinds of stores. People can stop in and shop. A lot of great things to do downtown as well.
Okay. When I was looking at your website, I noticed the covered bridge, it brought back to mind. I forget the movie that Clint Eastwood was in, I think with Meryl Streep and all these covered bridges, but my guess it was, I don't, maybe it was or was not Tennessee, but how long has this covered bridge, uh, uh, been around?
I don't remember the exact date off the top of my head, but I think it's late 1700s.
Okay. So
Or,
it's
well, maybe not late 1700s, probably late 1800s. Sorry, I'm not very good with dates.
no worries. So it sounds like obviously it's old. It's been very well protected and taken care of. And it sounds like it's an iconic destination to take some pictures and have wedding photos and of the like, I would imagine.
Yeah, we've got a whole park there as well, Covered Bridge Park, and it features events throughout the year. We have a Covered Bridge Days festival in September that's always a big draw. Folks come from all over to enjoy a lot of great music, food, activities for kids, all kinds of stuff. And then throughout the summer and things like that, we usually have weekly music on Saturday nights and stuff there in the park as well. So it's a great community atmosphere. Lots of stuff going on all the time.
Very good. Very good. And it actually brings up another question is I would imagine people hear about Carter County, Elizabethton. I think, did I get it right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, cool. They come to this destination. Do you ever hear of people that say, we love it here, we want to stay?
Yeah, we've seen quite a few of those throughout, especially in the recent years. Folks are coming to visit and realize how great it is, and just the slower pace of life and the beautiful scenery, and see a lot of people trying to move here.
Very cool. When I was chatting with Alec and Allie about this whole destination, it dawned on me that this is just a great place to bring people to. They want to come here, they want to explore, but then they want to stay. And when people come to Carter County and they say they want to, hey, we want to put roots down here. How do they go about doing that?
Stopping in at our visitor center is a great place to start. We just printed a new relocation guide we're happy to share with folks. Just spending some time here, coming to visit, getting to know locals and asking your questions, figuring out where the right spot is for you to buy a house and settle down. But yeah, we've seen a ton of people coming in and they really love this area, and it's got a lot to offer.
Okay. So I am curious, and this is kind of put you on the spot a little bit. And well, for our listeners, I actually seeded this a little bit with Luke. But if you could list off kind of like the top 10, if you don't get to 10, that's okay. But if you get a couple, maybe they're with their young kids, or you get an elderly couple, they come in with the RV. I imagine you do have RV parks in the area where you can drive that in. What would be your top 10 list for them? Like the must go to see or must eat and visit while they're in town?
Yeah, so we definitely have several RV parks. Roan Mountain State Park is up at the base of Roan Mountain. They've got camping, RV camping, cabins. So if you're looking for a place to stay, that's a great spot to go. There's just some other spots in Elizabethton, like Meredith Valley Cabins. They have some cabins and an RV campsite as well. It's right beside the Watauga River. A lot of folks who are coming to fish love staying there because they can just walk out their back door and go fish in the river. Some other great things to do are those hikes like Roan Mountain Balls I talked about earlier. It's really accessible for folks of all ages. You can go about a half a mile up to the first ball, and it's just beautiful. If you want a little more of a hike, you can go 5 miles and you'll hit 3 of those balls. And it's a great little hike. But then if you really are up for a big day trip, you can hike all the way back to the town of Roan Mountain, which is around 15 miles. And there's some of our local hostels and stuff like that that'll do shuttles. You can hire them to drop your car off there at their place, drive you to the top of the mountain, hike down, and they'll be right there waiting for you. Some other great stuff to do is fishing on the river. We've got some of the best trout fishing in the Southeast, as well as fishing on Watauga Lake, which is becoming a little more well known now. And folks are realizing that that's really great fishing as well as just a beautiful area. Uh, Bike riding on the Tweetsie Trail is a very popular activity. We've got some folks in town who are renting bikes, renting e-bikes to make it a little more accessible to folks who aren't doing a lot of that stuff normally. And then great restaurants. Up in Roan Mountain, we've got Americano Steakhouse, which is one of the best steakhouses in Northeast Tennessee. We've got Smoky
Nice.
Mountain Bakery, which is really phenomenal wood-fired pizza place. I always love to stop in up there. They've got great bakery stuff as well. Here in Elizabethton, we have Coffee Company, which is a popular sandwich spot, salad, soup, that kind of thing. Great for lunch, as well as just stopping in the afternoon if you need some coffee, a little pick me up. They've got great coffee and just a little bit of everything. We've got Korean food. We've got that down home Southern food, all kinds of great stuff.
All right. So I've got to ask, I appreciate you sharing this, but what are if you need a good home cooked meal besides being at home or going to eating with family at their home, where would you go? Where's your go-tos?
I really like City Market there in Elizabethton. That's another spot that has just great food.
Okay. Now, during the season, I guess all 4 seasons for that matter, are there, say, farmers markets in Elizabethton?
Yeah, we have a farmer's market that meets every Tuesday from about 4 to 7, I think it is, right here in downtown.
Okay. And what kind of produce or fruit is your area in the county most known for?
There's a little bit of all kinds of stuff, but you see a lot of corn generally in the summer, tomatoes, just a little bit of everything.
Okay. Now, you and I are having this conversation today. Who else is there somebody else in the office that is supporting you and helping to get out there and promote this as a destination?
Yeah, so our tourism program is a part of our Chamber of Commerce. So I'm the only person full-time doing tourism marketing, but then we've got some part-time folks who are kind of splitting their time between the chamber and tourism, and are definitely doing a lot to help with that as well.
Okay. And again, I love the fact that you share that you love this job, but where do you see yourself going as you kind of progress within this industry?
I don't have a whole lot of plans going forward aside from just I've been enjoying keep promoting this area, and I hope to keep doing that for a while.
Okay. And what would you share with a student, maybe at a local community college or university, if they are interested in working, supporting the chamber or a tourism association? What would be your recommendation for them how to get started?
Yeah, I think just getting a really broad base of skills, especially for my job, I'm working for a smaller county, have a little bit more of a broad job description than somebody who's working in a bigger city where they've got 50 people working in their tourism department. So having a broad base of skills you can work with, and then just being flexible, being able to do all kinds of stuff like that. And then here actually locally, we do have some great programs at our local college, our local university, East Tennessee State University, that they've been working with our Northeast Tennessee Tourism Association to do a certificate in hospitality and tourism. So there's definitely becoming more and more of those opportunities to actually focus your education on the tourism and hospitality industry as well.
Okay. Now, this might be, and I don't mean it to be a gotcha question. Are there, say, local tours? I know some counties and some other states have the waterfall trail, the craft brew trail, the wine walks. What other types of activities like that are in Elizabethton and the
So we've
surrounding
got,
areas?
yeah, we've got a downtown walking tour where you can it's kind of self-guided. You take the brochure and you just go around and look at these different historical buildings, read about what happened there or why that's a significant place. Then just more regionally, there's stuff like the Southern Dozen Motorcycle Tour that has routes that go all throughout Northeast Tennessee, including up to Roan Mountain and Watauga Lake. We've got a few of those different things.
I heard about the Southern Dozen from Alec and Allie the other day, so that sounds exciting. But get a lot of motorcyclists and Harley drivers and other bikes going up those trails. Do you ride a bike?
Not a motorcycle, but I do ride mountain bikes and on the gravel trails and stuff like that.
Okay. So we've kind of really, I think, painted a broad picture of what's available in Elizabethton and in the county. What other features or areas of interest would you recommend visitors kind of do some research, or they're on their way, but you want to recommend it to them? What have we not heard about from this description that you've kind of shared with us today?
Well, I think I've tried to cover about all I could, but I would say just figure out what it is you like to do. There's something for everybody. Maybe it's not the outdoor recreation, but you want to come learn about the history, and there's all kinds of great opportunities to do that kind of stuff as well. Just visit our website, check out the local visitor guides and stuff like that, and you can definitely find something for everyone.
Okay, fair enough. Speaking of website, if our listeners would like to learn more about you and your work, where are the best places for them to go?
Yeah, you can visit our website. It's tourcartercounty.com. That's TOURCARTERCOUNTY.com.
Okay.
And we are on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Very good. Very good. Well, listen, Luke, it's been a pleasure to have you on the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast. And we are so glad that you are one of the partners for Field Fest. And I know, I'm sure I can speak for my peers who will be joining me at this event. They are in for quite the time. I think I just ordered some weights and a yoga mat to get into shape for all the activities that I'm going to be involved with. My job requires me to sit all day. That's my own problem here. But I do really appreciate you sharing about the counties. I mean, I'm excited about Rail Mountain, and I think I guess depending on what day of the event we're going to be fishing. But I think I'm finally going to say that I've actually been fishing, so I'm excited about that. And the Tweetsie Trail, that sounds like a lot of fun as well. So yeah, I think you've done a great job sharing this with us, and we really appreciate the time.
Thanks so much for having me, Howard. This has been great, and I'm definitely looking forward to Field Fest in July.
Sounds good. Listen, stay in the line. We're going to do a quick close, and then you and I can have a final chat. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Okay, folks, we've just been chatting with Luke Freeman. He's the Director of Tourism for Elizabethton. I think I got the name right finally. And Carter County Tourism in Tennessee. I'm really excited about July. I mean, this Field Fest event we have got all the partners and we're going to have some more interviews, obviously, but all of these destinations, they have playing some events for us. We're going to experience in this case, Roan Mountain Ball. We're going to be experiencing the Watauga Lake, and perhaps the river, and get in some trout fishing. And I'm excited just for that. And I know we're probably going to have some good food when we get into Elizabethton. So it's going to be a perfect day. So heck, it's not too late to join the Outdoor Writers Association of America. We'll have links back to their website as well. But you'll get to learn all about Elizabethton and Carter County. By the way, great website, lots of information about the various features when it comes to tourism in Carter County, everything from what to see, visits, where to tour, and of course, what to eat. And I do like that Luke shared that there is the coffee company, because being the coffee fanatic that I am, I always want to have a good cup of coffee. Now, you do want to go out to their website at tourcartercounty.com, and also their Facebook or Instagram pages. We're going to provide the backlinks to it as well. Now, as for us, you can find us on the outdooradventureseries.com website. We are also on LinkedIn and Facebook on our Outdoor Adventure Series pages. We will have this episode up on our YouTube page, as well as the directories wherever you listen to your podcast. So you've got lots of ways to find out information about the OWAA, Field Fest, and of course, Carter County Tourism and the wonderful location, the anchor location here, Elizabethton. And listen, folks, again, if you like this episode, please do share it with your friends, put a like or a comment, let us know what you think. And if you have any questions, we'll definitely take that as well. We definitely can put you in touch with Luke as well also. So just a reminder, go out there and have a fantastic day and take care of yourself, take care of your family, and we will see you on a future episode of the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast. And before we head out, we really want to thank Visit Johnson City and their regional partners for collaborating on this podcast series. Take care now.